Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to some more Serbia enthusiasm here in Victoria 3. Let's make sure everything's working, huh? Hello, me. Working, huh? Hello, me. All right back at you, buddy. Let's see. What do we got? Hey, Mauricio. Hello, hello. Welcome right at the top, my friend. Good to see you. Another day, another Victoria time. That's right. That's right. Another day, another Vicky. Glenn, hello, hello, hello. It's good to be back on the stream. However, I gotta say, you kind of screwed France with this independence play. Yeah, good to see you, as always. And yeah, you are absolutely right. The only war goals in this are against them, and they're losing. Although they might be the ones to make us lose this. Because they're not holding any of these war goals. We're holding ours. Hey, Viatrung, hello, hello. Howdy, Mr. Ham. Thank you so much for your tutorials. Really helped me get into the game when I was getting quite frustrated with how confusing everything can be. Oh, nice. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much for coming in to say it. I appreciate that. I'm glad they were helpful and made it less frustrating because, yeah, I know just how frustrating it can be. The game still gets frustrating to me like that sometimes. Oh, my God. But, yeah, welcome in. Good to see you. Good to see you. Oops. Yeah, oops, right? So we are back. We are in the middle of a war for independence. So it's an interesting situation we find ourselves in here. So we'll take a look at the war goals. So all of the war goals on our side are right here. Hold its independence, so hold Serbia, and then return Croatia and Slavonia. So we hold both of those. And Great Britain didn't take any war goals against us. It's all against France. The problem is, France isn't holding them. Oh, that's interesting they put that over here. I got worried for a second there. Yes, Serbia and its allies maintain control of all Serb states. Or, Serbia and its allies maintain control of the Serb capital. Yeah, so we got it. Although it's interesting. Oh my God, they put this over there. I got worried for a second. So the problem here is that we are losing war support faster than they are. So we're losing 1 point. We're losing like 1 point more than them every week. So the largest one we have are casualties. 127,000 casualties suffered compared to max military size, 175,000, and their side has lost 66.6% of battles. Yeah, and they have so many soldiers on their side that their casualties, like, they have 416. Yeah, they have like 3 times as many casualties as us, but they have so many soldiers. So they are losing. So we control 100% of the war goals here, but we have got to slow this down. We got to stop dying on the battlefield. That's what we got to do. All right. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut down some costs here. So we shouldn't have to subsidize the munitions anymore. The notification said that you would automatically nationalize all British buildings if you win this. Oh, really? Oh, really? Oh, wait. Yeah. The tooltip. Serbia forces Great Britain to grant independence to Serbia. If this war goal is enforced as part of a peace deal or capitulation, it will also nationalize all British-owned building levels. Ah, Glenn, good catch, my friend. Thank you. Yeah, I think you saw in the stream earlier today, when I was setting war goals, I was like, why can I not use the war goal nationalize all building levels? It was driving me nuts because I know they changed it where you don't have to control British land to get the building levels back. You just have to hold your land. But so I guess this is how they do it. Maybe because this is an independence war. Oh, excellent. Oh, excellent. Yeah, because Great Britain controls 15% of our GDP. Although I feel like it was more than that a moment ago. Like, or earlier. Alright. So, oh, great catch. Thank you, thank you. Laplace, hello, good morning. Good morning and good night. Morning for you, night for me. How are you, buddy? How are you? So, we don't need to subsidize these. Ooh, although we kind of do. Lead and explosives. Is there anything we can do about that? What about the lead? Did that make lead any better? It did equalize it. Okay. I didn't make it any better. How about the other one? They're balanced. They're losing 11k. Yeah, so explosives and coal are pretty bad in our country right now. Okay, so let's see if we can try to get some explosives in here. I'm awake all night long. One of my DoorDash here is called GoFood. Customer gifted me a latte with Robusta. I can't sleep, like literally. Oh no! Wait, how late did you drink the coffee? Or the latte? Oh my god! Oh no! Let's take a look at our explosives plants here. Oh. Well, this would be a reason why. So higher up the explosives. Oh my god. So also sulfur and fertilizer. How's our fertilizer? I know this is like not the way to do this, but we're just gonna subsidize everything. See, the problem too is I think people have left these jobs because they got scripted. Oh, where are we getting sulfur from? Just all trade centers. Oh, no, no, no. Import it. Import, import, please. Also, your buildings queue is empty. Yeah, I know. I know it's not ideal, but we're trying to cut back on the cost of construction. Our investment queue can withstand it just while we're at war, because I really don't want to go into bankruptcy over this one. Man, the coffee kick's so late. Oh no. I am so sorry. That sucks. Now, something we can try to do here is buy some goods. So let's go to our treaty with France and do some goods transfers. What would they like to gift? Ooh. Yeah, here we go. Well, how much of that do we need? We need like 74. Well, okay, we don't need to buy it. Alright, we'll unpause. I want to see when these buildings higher up what our situation is. Because of this, I watch many of the U.S. latest news, as I got recommended, and aware how horrible the U.S. situation is. Yeah. Yeah, things are a little rough right now. Just a tad. Just a tad rough. The government is shut down. Well, the government shut down. We don't control California. All right. Honestly, if France left the war, I mean, that would be great, honestly. Because I don't think Great Britain will be able to naval invade us. Also debating Americans in Twitter how their healthcare, even healthcare, and how bad them are. They are not worse than Republicans. Horrible is understatement. You guys getting screwed over with tariffs. Yeah, we're getting screwed over with tariffs. Healthcare system is a mess. And the government shut down. The healthcare system sucks. Our pets' heads are falling off. Dumb and Dumber. Never gets old. Ooh, okay. But at least farmers get socialism. Well played, Glenn. Yeah, exactly. At least that. Okay, we might be able to take these ships. We'll try. Why don't they just use treaties to pass universal health care? Are they stupid? What do you mean, like in real life, the US? What do you mean by treaties? And why would you deploy your home guard battalion, your own city? Oh, yeah. Yeah, who really are you fighting? All good questions. All very good questions. All questions we ourselves are asking here at home. Some shopkeepers have expressed opposition to the equal treatment of Bulgarian people under the cultural exclusion law, announcing that they will refuse them service. Come on, people. Don't do this to me in the voting phase. Man. Okay. Oh, wait, actually, what am I doing? I didn't want to send that guy out there. I forgot. We're gonna be... Yeah, we're gonna be naval invading. Or we're gonna try. We're gonna invade Ulster. Alright. We can do that. Oh. I'm saying, why don't you act like it's in Vicky 3? Oh. Yeah, right? Oh my god, if only. Hey, could you, like, force our country to pass this healthcare law? Oh, if only we could do that. Yeah, right? Like, go to Great Britain. Please force us to pass this law. If only things were as... Actually, I was gonna say, if only things were as simple as Vicky 3, but that implies Vicky 3 is simple. I pray your city is out of this idiocy, because, man, Mr. Rump, make me grateful, even though we have Goblin as our Minister of Energy, who do controversial things like Mr. Rump. No, New York is definitely going to have troops deployed. I think that many of the cities he's doing are just like kind of warm-ups for New York, because New York will be the most difficult. And it's one of the most detrimental. I mean, we're one of the biggest cities in the country, so... But I know what he really wants is to deploy troops here in New York. He could... that's absolutely what's going to happen. We have goblins everywhere in the U.S. Yeah. It's so true. It's so true. New York, the state, not the city, right? No, the city. Because he's deploying troops to cities. to major cities. So it'll be here in New York City. That'll be where it happens. Unfortunately. Let's do that. Oh, okay. Now let's pause for a second here, because... Okay, yeah, so our subsidies are going nuts now. So let's figure this out, because, yeah, we can't hold all these. We've institutionalized goblins in the US. It's our democracy. Yeah, yeah, that's how we do things here now. That's how it be working. Yes, there we go. I hate to do it, but we'll have to get rid of... Oh, there we go. Okay, okay. And so now... I don't know, I didn't think of that before. The explosives factory. So it's probably the same thing there. Okay. So we can do that. The artillery foundry. We saw that. Alright, so we'll see how this works for a little bit. We have Goblin here name. Bahil Lahadila. If you see his face, even the Gringo Goblin Iron model looks more handsome. Comparing him to Goblin is a compliment, but damn. No, Scandinavia. Spain. Poop on me, guys. Poop on me. They were the two I was hoping would stay in. Things are just bad all over these days. It can't possibly get worse, right? I swear to God, if in like a month everything goes Great Depression 2. Electric Boogaloo. Yep. Yeah, one of these days I think my stream is just going to be me pointing the camera out my window at all the troops rolling down the street. Unfortunately. Yeah, maybe France will, because... Although if you look at war goals, so we're only losing 0.16 from war goals. Now, so because we just got, what was that tech? What was the tech we just got? Yeah, electric telegraph. So our rate of war support going down lessened a little bit. It's crazy, though, that we're losing more war support from casualties than they're losing war support from not controlling, from having lost all of the war goals. Hey, Jabba, hello, hello. Hello again. Hello, good to see ya. You have more guns per meter than people. This is true. Hey, Warlock, hello, hello. Welcome back, welcome back. Jim, hello. What is going on in Russia on the map? Oh, yeah, what? they lost this thing. Whoa. Yeah, what happened in Russia? Oh my lord. Wait, is that the same person? No, it's... Oh man. That's not very much a different person. But yeah, whoa. Look at that. Have we started our independence war? We have. We have, and I think it's going well. It's hard to tell, actually, at the moment. How's the run going? I guess not bad, not bad. We're doing okay. We're holding all of our war goals in this war, but France is not. So there is that. And Great Britain just seems to have 1 million troops. Like, look at this. 1,000 battalions. That's nuts. Great Britain can't be defeated in Vicky 3. Not a bug, a feature. Except in my run when I was Transvaal. I naval invaded the British mainland and succeeded. I held the entire British Isle. And won my, I don't even remember what the war goal on that one was. Factories in Serb Montenegro have been reported to be placing Albanian people into roles with increasingly poor work conditions, owing to their status as second-class citizens in Serbia. Hmm. Yeah, we'll take that one. A prominent Serb political exile, Stepan Lazarevich, has fallen severely ill during his time overseas. He has petitioned to return home for enough time to seek medical treatment. Who's this guy? Oh. Oh, we'll get some prestige. Yeah, we'll just take that, I guess. Historical info after the Franco-Prussian War. French commune, the France almost became a monarchist, if not for the flag. The Pope even commented at the time, all of this for a napkin. Oh my god. What a quote from the Pope. Well, if you want to take an incorporated state, then you should check Great Britain's territory in South Africa, or in South America near Brazil. Oh, yeah, you are right. You are right. Ah, man. Okay. Cancel the invasion, yes. Ah, man. Oh, I forgot about that. Yes. That is an excellent idea. All right. Any tips for not getting overwhelmed and or bored playing bigger countries? I've managed to form Germany once, but dropped it after like 20 years or something because it was getting really tedious. Yeah, well, that's why I love to add in the achievements into runs that I do, even offline. I think the achievements really make it interesting. And, you know, you could always try, like if you did, like, if you leaned into, like, more of a socialist run, try to go into, like, a capitalist run or vice versa, you know? But I feel like achievements are the things that really give you goals, at least for me in this game. A man employed by a powerful member of the Serb National Union is delivering lectures and pamphlets addressed to targeted constituents in Belgrade. You get legitimacy. What is our legitimacy? Hmm. Yeah, we'll take that. I can't believe, though... Yeah, look at this. We have even more casualties now. I have the feeling eventually they're going to have to rework Britain to not be OP in land, but at sea for most of the game instead. It's not really realistic. They can deploy World War I numbers in the Sahara. Yeah, there's something they've done that makes them have so many more battalions now. They used to never have, like, this many. It used to be, like, a ton of ships, which, okay. But now, like, their land forces, too, are just insane. English Guyana, smart. Yeah, thank you to Warlock for that one. Very smart. Play minor or subject to formidable nation and set 1 billion GDP, maybe. Yeah. 1 billion GDP is always a good, like, I think, goal to go for. Because even with larger countries, it can be tough. Also, you know, I have to say now, playing as Austria is a little more difficult with all of the content they have with it. France as well, because of all the voice of the people content, is a little difficult. It's a sandbox. You don't need to play as Prussia or Austria. Inform Super Germany. Yeah, I want to try it at one point. I want to do like Hanover or something like that and try to get... You know, we could really use military statistics right now. Yeah, I always take that territory to win. It's very smart. Ah, man. Yeah, we're a little outnumbered, though. The game is very open and do RP or a certain goal. Yeah. I'll give you all your war goals. Just give me my independence. Alright, we have cultural exclusion. Anything that we want to go to right now. Yeah, we could go to right to associate. Could just go to child labor. Oh, yeah, actually. Yeah, we could get the education institution up. So let's do that. Unlike Lee, could just only one goal and found it boring, even though they hit the game. Maybe now that France is being invaded, they'll peace. Oh wait, I'm about to be navally invaded? No, maybe it did pop up for a second there, but it looks like it's gone now. We did it! Oh! Oh, we got British Guyana. Okay. So you go back to the homeland here. And you... come back as well. They should be going down. Right, so they're going down by 1. Oh, tell me... Oh, if only we were so lucky that they incorporated that stuff. I mean, I've played smaller countries before, and that was quite fun. Managed to form Polish-Lithuania. Oh, that's impressive. Yeah, nice. Once, when Austria managed to Cascade Minority Revolt and gave me all their Polish land. Nice. But I eventually grow bigger and it becomes tedious to manage between the economy and the Diplo plays and things like that. Honestly, I would try out India. If you have Pivot of Empire, I feel like the content here is a lot of fun. And starting as one of the small Indian countries and then trying to break out of the EIC is tough. That makes for a good tough run. And they also have the title as the Master of the Continent before someone named Helmuth von Moltke and Otto von Bismarck. Falkland, yeah, the Falkland Islands. That would be a fun one. So where could I wonder if we can get any more? Yeah, they're not going to incorporate anything else. British Eastern Andalusia. But we get trade privileges too. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so we can take that little piece of land. It's incorporated. Oh, Falkland. Oh, as an oh, you mean as an incorporated state? Oh my lord! Yeah, they incorporated that. I am clearly not up to date on my Vicky 3 British geography. Okay, excellent idea. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, thank you. Okay, we are going to do that next. Which princely state would you recommend? I love playing as Mysore. So this one is always independent. And you start off on the coast, so you have access to the sea. And they have good starting resources, because you got iron and wood. And cotton. So that one's usually pretty good. That or Hyderabad. This one is always a good one. You want to play Indian State in the next run? I've been thinking about it. The next run, I do want to go back to South America. So we're probably gonna do New Granada in the next run. But after that, I'm thinking I might do one of the Indian states. I feel like though I need a little bit more practice with the Indian states. I haven't done an Indian run in a while. But there will be a stream in India at some point. Falkland, the last place of war, happened before 2020. Yeah, they had that war, right? I've watched a couple like YouTube videos about that. All right. Oh wait, we're still. Oh yeah, that's right. We're still subsidizing this. What's going on with our fertilizer plants? Oh, we don't need to subsidize this. Alright, we're gonna... I hate to do this, but... we're gonna... start constructing again. Oh yeah, Qing is Heavenly Kingdom. That would be a good one. Look at this weird world. What a timeline this would have been. Yeah, we have got to make a brand here. Oh, look at this. Their war support decrease is going even lower. Trigger the rebellion early and plays the Heavenly Kingdom. Also, just so you can play as a country named the Heavenly Kingdom, I think is worth it. Are you using any mods? Nope. Nope. Don't have any mods active. I can't believe this. We damn well better not lose this. Even though we're holding everything. See, the problem is, too, when we try to do these naval invasions, we're getting more casualties. Did we... Okay, we failed the naval invasion. Let's try this now. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Their morale. Maybe I better... Oh, I hate to lose these guys in case... Yeah, I don't dare take either of these two out of our land, though, because I feel like the moment I do, they're going to try to naval invade us here. Any tips? I want to play CK3 as the matriarchal empress of Japan. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, because I don't know how that one's going to go, that big update there in Japan. I'll be figuring that out too. Though I would like to do a stream of that. I also want to play as Japan in CK3. I know a lot of people want to do China, and I want to play as China for sure. But I think my first play will be Japan. Lead into diplomacy. Ah, so the US just left the war. Yeah, look at these casualties. France won't agree. I don't know, let's try it. Brits drain more, man, but you have the casualty. You have the casualty debuff? I don't know, do I? I don't know, what's the casualty debuff? Whatever it is, it's not helping us. It pisses me off, because we're holding all the war goals that we need. Like, at this point, even if we get there... Yeah, casualties will be good for the fervor. Yeah, at this point, even if we increased the amount of war support they're losing, I don't think it would be in time. Given the low wages that workers in Bulgaria are receiving, more and more parents are pushed to send their children to work to help sustain their families. Ah, we didn't get it. Naval invasion from the Black Sea. It doesn't look like they're doing it. They're probably just sinking convoys. Oh, they're gonna blockade us. Ah, that's not good. Hopefully we can finish this invasion quick enough. Oh, they just decided to give up on that? A minority group of Hungarian has recently settled in the state of Bosnia, seeking a better future. However, the local Serbian elites are stirring up resentment, claiming the Hungarian newcomers will destroy the traditional way of life. We'll take that one. Not that earlier, but they just hang out. No, they're well, they're not hanging out, they're blockading me. But they decided to just up and leave, which is kind of interesting. Ah, we took it. Okay. Alright, so now I want you go back over here to prevent that. And let's bring these guys back over here. What did that do? 0.01. It got us 0.01. The debuff is incorporated state should be higher. Yeah, they still have more war support. Yeah, we're kind of cooked on this one. I can't believe this. God, I wonder if it would have been better to not have anybody else in here. See, the problem is we were able to take Croatia, though, because my plan was is that Great Britain was going to get so sidetracked with all the other three countries that were in this war. And that is what happened. The problem is those three countries just kind of lost. Let's propose the peace deal one more time. We can't. Yeah, France. Man. That really sucks. That really sucks. Alright. Let's fix our economy here. We don't need to subsidize the explosive plants anymore. Nor the artillery, arms, or food. Or the wheat farms. It's just so depressing. And then... Oh, can we even turn off... Oh. Oh. Well, we have our own market. Is that going to go away? No. Look at that. Well, we did get our own market out of it. And the sugar. Oh, yeah. Let's take that off. Oh, no, we don't have a subvention on that. Oh, ammunition. Yeah, we don't need to do that anymore. All right. So we should start building things again. Did Britain just give you control of your own market? Yeah, we did. If anything, we got control of our own market, which is nice. 1 million people dead, barely anything changed. Peak European War. Yeah, this is so true, right? What did our cultural fervor get to on that? That'll get us up to 67. Erg. Okay. Well, now that we got our own market, let's take a look at things. Okay. Well, we've got a ton of explosives now. Oh, well, we got a ton of explosives, so let's start utilizing it. Okay, there we go. Anything else? Coal. Use more coal. Alright, so what are we building? Jeez, I don't even know. Oh, well, more coal. That's true. Wait, gold. Oh. Let's do that. Let's build coal domestically. Oh, Serb Montenegro needs infrastructure. You need better allies next time. Seriously, I had France, Spain, and Scandinavia. And they all sucked. Alright, let's make this railroad profitable. There we go. So let's build coal here. Alright, so we'll keep the construction queue like that for now. I mean, World War I Battle of Passchendaele had casualty of 1 million just to move the war zone about a mile. Yeah. Oh, man. I sympathize now. I sympathize with that. Sorry, I'm a little quiet. Being sick is draining. Oh, no worries, my friend. No worries. No need to apologize. I understand. I appreciate you being here, even though you're sick, so I appreciate it. How Crimea wore everyone. Yeah, it screws everyone, but it does change the hygiene standard. Engines are expensive. Oh, yeah, you're right. Engines. Okay. That is a good one. Yeah, we do need some engines. So we'll build those two. This whole thing reminds me in real life of that one time France intentionally dragged out the 30 Years' War. Really historical there. Yeah, they really did, huh? They really screwed us on that one. Look, and they're still fighting the war. They support our regime. Get out of here. Tax waste. Bulgaria, Western Serbia. I feel like this is probably going to be... No, it's not obstinance. So then why? What's the tax waste about? Oh, the turmoil? Is that it? Oh, wait. Oh, no, that's right. It's because of this. Well, let's take a look at our government admins. Do we have the right... We do. Alright, so we could use... maybe another one or two. With the government push for restricted child labor, adult men have been pressed to cover the gap they would leave behind. However, their bodies are too large and their fingers too wide for it, and industrial accidents have been increasing. Yeah, we'll take that one. Is that the religion war? France, I hear no bell. Yeah, I hear no bell. Still going. How are they... Unbelievable. Their war support cannot be reduced below 0 because the following war goals are not controlled by... Is that because France didn't take any war goals against us? That's weird. That is weird and annoying. Sabaton did cover the 30 Years' War with one of their songs. Yep, originally started as a Catholic versus Protestant war. But eventually went political, gave the world my friend's favorite Swedish king, and took him away in the same breath. The king, not my friend. Oh, oh my god. At least Hungary likes you. Maybe you can do something with that later. Yeah, yeah, look at that. I'll have to figure something out there. Ugh, man. That's frustrating. Alright, well, we're at the hour mark, so we're going to take a quick 90-second break. Pay homage to the gods of ads. Ugh. Think about our losses. Alright, so we'll be back in a quick 90 seconds. All right, and we're back. Convince Austria to take Croatia back. Actually, you know, during the break, I was thinking we should go after Croatia. Great Britain would probably stay out of that. Ooh, we got a mass migration. Nice. The whole war support not going below 0 despite like 40 million casualties is honestly kind of dumb. It is kind of dumb, right? Like, it's annoying that they won't have their war support go below 0, but we would. Hey, oh yeah, hello, hello. Yeah, what happened to the war? Just nonsense happened. So we controlled all of our war goals, but our war support was going down because of how many casualties we took, and we ended up losing. And yet France, who was the reason we lost war goals, is still in the war, and they can't go below 0. It's very frustrating. Very, very frustrating. 40 million tie. Still being in teas for still being in teas for the Serbs, yeah. All right, I wonder if we can. Oh well. All right, let's take a save. You know, to data security. Data security, as we were saying. Let's spell diplomat. Oh, we have truce now. I forgot about that. Ooh, yeah, but we will start supporting separatism. Now, maybe we can use Great Britain to get Saxony and get our achievement. All right, so let's start decreasing relations. Because you wouldn't help us during the war, so I don't care about, you know, Germany. Wait, so it kicked you out for losing too many people, even though you controlled the war goals, and France is still in it? Yeah, yeah. Isn't that nuts? So this war this is our independence war. These were the war goals that Great Britain set against France in our war. And it kicked us out, even though we controlled all of our goals. There's got to be something wrong with that. Like, I hate to jump to things being a bug, but that it's got to be an unintended mechanic in the game. Because that does not make any sense to me. Why that would be the thing. I mean, I guess we got a lot of casualties. But I feel like that was including French casualties. Like, when we look at... Oh, no, yeah, we lost 390,000 Serbs in that war. Like, all the war goals are for France, but you get the hit because you're the primary diplomatic play, but they don't get war goal debuff because they don't have war goals. Yeah. That's basically what happened there. So we're 3.5 million in debt. Seems unintended to me. I would at the very least understand it if they controlled a piece of your land or something. Yeah. Yeah, they not only did they not control anything, but we controlled their subject, which was our war goal. And actually, on top of that, we controlled this, which is an incorporated state. We held this land, and then the Falkland Islands, which is incorporated for some reason. We held that too. C'est la vie. C'est la vie. French foreign policy. People before 1914. Yeah. Yeah, WTF indeed, right? Okay, so, but we're going to be kicking it with France, or we're going to be kicking it with Great Britain for a little bit longer. I really wonder if they would join us in a war to take Saxony. Hey, Huey Long, hello, hello. Thank you for the follow. Thank you, thank you. Welcome in, welcome in. Good to see you. Good to have you. Okay. So they would join a war like this. Screwing Great Britain out of spite. Yeah. There should also be some way of messing with the country that controls your market. I realize you have your own market now, but if you're in someone else's market, you should be able to crash it. Yeah, right? Purposely crash their market so they just kick us out. You guys are too much trouble. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's what I was thinking. They should join that war because they're my overlord. So now I would need military access from Austria. All right, we should try to improve relations with them. So let's improve relations with Austria now. So that we can get military access. Although, yeah, we don't actually border. Oh, well, we could get military access from Hungary, but we'd have to go through two other states in order to get it. But they will give it to us. Yeah, we'll need military access through Hungary, huh? When we can attempt our next independence effort. So, I think in, like... I thought they got rid of this thing, too. Like, when somebody with a lot of subjects joins, we don't have to click through all that. Yeah, so when is our truce over? 4 more years. Crashing your overlord's market is not a very good thing to do. You basically destroy your market. Yeah, that's true. But what about spite? You can do it out of spite. What are these things the problem here? Dyes? We don't have dyes. Oh, but we are... Nope, we're back in the British market. We're back in the British market. You know, we are ranked 17th right now. It's actually not bad. Can you do that before? I distinctly remember someone crashing Austria's arms market as Krakow, then using the debuff from that to get independence. As in, I saw a video of someone doing it. Oh, hey, Joe. Hello, hello. Hold on a sec. To end them fast. We'll get rid of the notifications. Oh, hold escape. Oh, is that what it is? Okay. Yeah, I thought they did something to allow that to happen. I didn't realize that's what it was. Hold escape. Okay. The eyes of the electorate have turned to the candidates that seek to acquire a position at the head of government. As the election approaches, voters debate who would provide the best leadership for Serbia. Wait, where's the, Is the intelligentsia not part of a party? Oh, they'll join the Liberal Party. Oh, let's do that then. Yeah, let's do that. All right. What's going on? What's going on with India? Yeah, what it? Oh, the Indian uprising. Yep, India just blew up. Huh. Look at that. To be fair, you could just hold escape. Yeah. Why they're leaving British power block. Yeah, because I guess they're doing independence. In collaboration with the Liberal Party, Sava Ujanic has secured a deal for cheap and quickly distributed pamphlets in support of the party. Look at the trait ambitious. Yeah, we'll take the momentum. Crashing markets on purpose is going to be crazy when they add stockpile capacity. Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. Especially, yeah, you'll have a stockpile for an independence war. Damn it, they broke free. Yeah, they did, right? Why not us? Why not us? Look, Great Britain is really trying to buddy up to us now. Or they're trying to lower our liberty desire. India's exploding. They should make the same for DEI. Same like India. That's true, yeah, the Dutch East Indies, that would be interesting. Since India exploded, make sure Great Britain will still back you in Saxony. Oh, yeah. Well, they will, although they have a little bit less. Belgium would join us. Belgium would join us. Is this something we want to do? We're in debt already. But this would get us the achievement. Yeah, maybe they will. Maybe Russia will help. No, they don't seem to have a rivalry with them. Who's rivals with them? Belgium? Italy? So Italy doesn't like them. I feel like there are no debuffs or consequences for that. France is still fighting. Oh my god. Oh my god, they're still doing this war. Let's do some data security. Yeah, I mean, Great Britain heavily outnumbers them. Like the nationalist movement of Indonesia is started in 1863 or 1883. Oh, interesting. Russia still has a truce with Germany. Oh. Ah, there you go. 9 more weeks. Okay, maybe we'll wait 9 weeks to see if they would join in on that. DI would be fun. I never played it though. Yeah, I should try it. When we did our Lanfang run, they were the bane of my existence. Goran Milotovic, a prominent member of the Radical People's Party, has been accused of gross corruption. He strenuously denied all allegations until damning letters surfaced signed by him. Ooh, yeah. You know, I wonder if we could use Great Britain to get Saxony. Then, when we declare independence from Great Britain, if we could sway Germany into it by transferring Saxony to them. Draza Stepanovic, the ever-officious leader of the trade unions, has approached the government with a plan to enact poor laws. A successful enactment is certain to contribute to his reputation as an effective politician. Sure, we'll see what we can do. The language and the fighting already happened before 1945. Oh. Watch us, they keep fighting over Tahiti until 1936. Seriously, that would be how this goes, right? That would be how this goes. That war is never going to end. The resistance clearly screwed over the Dutch. Oh, really? DI is called the Dutch East Jewel for reasons. Oh, interesting. Who do the Baltic states belong to? Germany? Yeah, Germany took them. Oh, wait. No. They're independent now. I thought Germany had them at one point. Ah, so they're a protectorate of Scandinavia. And then Finland is still crown land of Russia. These guys are independent for some reason. I feel like this Polish radical revolt has been going on forever. Even the British Raj was called the Crown Jewel, yeah. Do we want to do this Germany thing? Oh yeah, well we were waiting 3 more days. Alright, so now let's take a save. France, I'm not losing if you're not winning. See, I wish my people had said that. I wish my Serbian people had said that instead of being like, yeah, we're tired of this war. Okay, we might save scum this if this does not go our way, but I'm curious here if this is gonna work for us. It'd be the craziest way, I think, to get this achievement. Okay. Let's not call the conscripts on this, because, I mean, in the end, we're going to need Great Britain anyway. What's their navy like? We could actually, like, hang with their navy. France mentality just despite the British is amazing and downright insane and historical. The French warring with Britain just out of spite. Okay, so yeah, the only thing we're gonna set is we want Saxony. Oh, wait. They're not automatically... Let's see if they automatically join. Ooh, a defense... Okay. We'll take a defensive pact because we can get them in when we fight Great Britain. Yeah, but can you fight 500 Germans guarding their coastline? Well, I don't know. Let's see if Great Britain joins this after we get out of this opening phase. See, the problem is... I don't want to owe Great Britain an obligation, because then I don't think we can declare independence. See, I thought they would just be on our side. Alright, we're going to try something. Let's give Belgium an obligation. We get Belgium in. Somebody else might join. Alright, now I kind of do want to raise the conscripts. We're in, you know, I forgot too, we're in the British market. Although they have no ammunition either. Yeah, Britain is busy with France. Oh, God, Scandinavia. Damn. You're cooked. We are going to save scum this. Because this is just a test Diplo play anyway. I was curious. Now we know, though, we don't automatically get Great Britain on our side. More pragmatically inclined members of the industrialists currently opposed to the passing of restricted child labor have offered to change their stance were they to be offered certain political concessions. Such concessions would not be popular with the trade unions. I definitely don't want to give Great Britain an obligation. Your relations with most of the world are terrible too. You need to build up your diplomacy. Yeah, because this made us infamous. I don't think we're going to do this. Though... Yeah, like, look, they gotta keep pretty much all of their soldiers over there. I don't know. Humiliate us? Yeah, that's true. Part of it is because Great Britain is so hated. I don't know, actually. I might do this. I might go for it. Because they're going to all be over there. And we're just going to come over. We're going to come over and take Saxony, and then their capital is right there. Yeah, the objective is Saxony. Alright, Great Britain's out. I'm fine with that. Oh wait, did I end up activating? I did, yeah. Where will the Swedish armies go? Yeah, that's a good question. Doesn't look like they've sent many armies. How many armies do they have? What is good, though, is if we end up just capitulating, being humiliated by Germany, we can't oppose Germany for 5 years, that's fine. We lose prestige and leverage generation. And Scandinavia gets investment rights. No safes coming. I thought this was a test. I don't know. I kind of want to let this one ride out. I think we can take it. I think we can take them. I think they're going to be all over here. You know, are they still fighting? They're still fighting this war. How funny would it be if we get out of this war? France and Great Britain are still fighting our independence war, and Belgium and Germany will still be fighting whatever this is for a while. Do you even need prestige when you are a subject? Not really. Although, you know, I think I forget what it is, but Great Britain, I don't think, can subjugate us because we're a minor power. Or maybe it's if we're a major power. I forget which one that is. The state's efforts to define the nation by a shared Serbian identity have spurred a feeling of alarm amongst its Bosniak people. Many Bosniak people fear that they will be forced to assimilate into the dominant culture. And what's so wrong with that? They must indeed become Serbs. Save scumming has no time limit. This is true. We can save scum at any point in this war. Alright. And then... And then we'll keep these guys here. In case anybody comes back this way. Your country has no authority, no bureaucracy, no diplomacy. Yeah, I know. We are... That independence war put us in a bad spot. Oh no, you're not supporting my independence? You pieced out of my independence war. Oh no. Because you count as major, they don't control your market and exempted from market. Okay. Ooh, okay. We are going to need to send these guys over there. Righteous government. That's pretty good. Yeah, see? Whoops. Exactly what I was afraid of. Now they're gonna naval invade me. That was a dumb move. Now we might be safe scumming this. Yeah, I had been bringing my relations with Great Britain down for the Independence War. God, this was such a ill-conceived move on my part. Have hostile relations with Great Britain, but they are protective because you are a subject. Yeah. Alright, guys. I'm not gonna continue this nonsense for much longer. I think we all vote to save scum this one, right? Yay or nay on that? It was just a test. We're gonna do that. This was ill-conceived. You're allowed, and we did learn something. You're allowed to save scum if you call it before you make the diplomatic play. Alright, alright. So we're not doing that. For the moment, we don't need to be hurting relations with Germany. In fact, I probably should have saved it before I expelled their diplomats. We could have used some good relations with them. They need to get the obligation, so it lowers your relations from hostile yet to neutral, and +1 on relation improvement. Yeah, exactly. Alright, so we're gonna regroup. Gonna build ourselves back up. What's annoying about it is we can't really progress in the new content until we're independent. You know, we can, though, take Croatia at some point. Ooh, do we not have... Oh, 3 years. Okay. So we have a truce with them for 3 years. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. 1 obligation plus 30 relations. 1 wrong step in CK3 and you're fine. You come back. 1 wrong step in 53 and the campaign is crushed. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I think that's why in this game they don't force you to do Iron Man mode to get achievements. Because if you had to be in Iron Man mode in order to get achievements, I don't think anybody would have any achievements. Like, they literally support your regime and offer tech, but your autonomy is so high it wouldn't matter. Yeah. More pragmatically inclined members of the industrialists, currently opposed to the passing of restricted child labor, have offered to change their stance were they to be offered certain political concessions. Such concessions would not be popular with the trade unions, however. So, one thing we're going to work on while we have this peace with Great Britain is our cultural fervor. So, we're going to do this so we can raise our level of literacy. We need to build more universities, too, in order to bring that up. Hey, Maximilian, morning, morning. Hello, hello. How are you, my friend? How are you? To be fair, that's kind of a new thing Paradox is doing. CK3 doesn't need Iron Man for achievements either. Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. I almost forgot about that. Yeah, CK3, you don't need it either. Yeah. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if EU5 will require it or not. Because, yeah, it seems like all the Paradox games now won't require that. Iron Man CK3, love, love, love. Iron Man Hearts Fire and Ford Vicky 3, death. Oh boy. Honestly, I like that better since it's lets me play with quality of life mods and still getting the dopamine hit from achievements. Yeah, exactly, exactly. Did we lose? Man. Oh. So France is still fighting the war, even though they're the ones who caused us to lose. So we held all the war goals, but we were losing war support because we had so many casualties. And the casualties were all mainly because of France, and they couldn't hold any of their war goals. So we left the war, we lost, and yet France is still fighting it, but they can't go below 0 because Great Britain doesn't hold all the war goals. But in the war, Great Britain didn't declare any war goals against us. Such a weird, dumb thing that happened. Yeah, he got sandbagged by France. That's the short of it. There are more disaster save videos of Bitter Third Street than his tutorial videos. Oh, really? I have to check that out. Still being in tea. Yep. Yep, yep. Well. No, I forgot we have this militarized industry 3. Because we're in the British market. Yeah, France had casualties and lost their war goals. Alright, so our fervor is up to 63. See, if we had more fervor too, we wouldn't have lost war support as much. Frustrated with the lengthy legal process surrounding restricted child labor, Draza Stefanovic of the trade unions has approached us with an offer to expedite the process, utilizing his personal connections within the state apparatus. Oh, yeah. No, I would rather not lose more tax income from them. Still going. Literal, I hear no bell from France. Yeah, that is insane. Like, this war is never... Yeah, so Great Britain isn't losing any war support. And France can't go below 0. Oh, here we go. We can now build our own dies. So let's do some of that. We'll do that in Serb Montenegro, although it looks like we have an infrastructure problem here. Get your fleet ashore. Yeah, where is our fleet right now? Oh, yeah, they're still out over there. Yeah, we'll bring them in though, because if I get to upgrade them, we'll need them in the HQ anyway. Oh, did we... Oh, we dropped below 75. We lost prosperity with the metalworks. Okay. I need to pay more attention to them. Yeah, look at it. It's these things. These guys are killing me. Ugh, they're doing stupid production methods that they can't control. Alright, maybe... Okay, I need to build... steel mill here. Oh, no, but they're not... They're not in the British market anymore. Ah, man. Oh, that sucks. I can't even help them. Yeah, because India is on their own now. And this war is still going. Damn. Okay. Okay, well, we can make some of the other places in our country have a little bit better. Alright, let's do this. I hate to do it, but... Oh, well, these guys are starting to use things again, it looks like. Can you nationalize that steel mill? No. Oh, wait, what is that? Oh. I didn't realize I would have that option to do this. Wait, I can sell my company's steel mill in another country? By the way, easy prestige good, easy in early game are coffee. Literally the easiest because nobody makes coffee. Yeah. Yeah. Coffee when we... Ooh. In the next one, when we do our Colombia run, we're going to be doing some coffee. Alright, so we can increase education again. So we'll get some more fervor going. Problem is, alright, we gotta build up our reserves again to prepare for the next war. Can we go to war with Croatia yet? Oh no, we got like 3 more years to go. On the 4th of July. Also 10% colony growth, kind of niche for fast colony expansion. Oh, is that what the coffee company gives you? That's not bad. I guess yeah, I guess especially like if you were Argentina or Chile, and you're colonizing down that way. Hey George, hello, 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 welcome, welcome. How are you? Good to see you. All right. We haven't improved construction actually in quite a while. I'm good, and you? I'm doing okay. Kind of annoyed with Great Britain, but it is what it is. Oh, the Netherlands offers to owe us an obligation if we will back them in a diplomatic play against the Dutch Socialist Revolt. Sure. I'll take an obligation. You might even send troops to this. How many troops do they have? 13 and 16. Huh. Thank God. Try to call workers from Brazil. Yeah, it would be nice if we could get some, right? Yeah, you know, we'll send our guys over there. I wonder if we'll be able to use this obligation for... Yeah, you know, we could use the obligation to maybe get, like, a support independence from them. I tested it, and it really saved my country. Okay. Wait, what do you mean call workers from Brazil? You mean like with migration? Whoa, Serb Montenegro is going to have quite a few railroads. I do eventually want to try to form Yugoslavia. Problem is, I would also like to get the Serbia achievement. And in order to do that, we need to take Saxony from Germany, but we need to be Serbia when we do it. So once we do this, then I think I'll try to form Yugoslavia. Serb industrialists are interested in making investments in neighboring Hungarian industries. Yeah, I don't want the industrialists to get more angry, and improving relations with Hungary actually would be pretty good. So we'll take that. Try to ally with Russia. We've been trying this run. The problem is they want us to become their subject, and so it hasn't really been working. But yeah, they're rivals with Great Britain, so that would help. Oh yeah, yeah. The map in our run right now is just insane. A lot of crazy stuff on our map. We've got an independent Maori New Zealand. This is so great. We have whatever happened up here. Sind, I guess, went off. Oh, look at that. We've got an Afghanistan. Oh, yeah, what happened to India? Yeah. Look at this. They're still fighting this uprising. Yeah, the Indian uprising is split from Bengal. Yep. It has been a kind of nutty map. Yeah, and then we got Italy here. Except for Tuscany, who's been like, nope. Occitania is an independent nation. The Dutch took Normandy and Picardy. Can I invade Zulu? I mean, I suppose we could. Yeah, look at that. They don't have much population. I mean, we could try to do that. It's actually not as much of a benefit to us, oddly enough. Alright, what are we building here? Because if you invade Zulu, then you can invade Iran and get a lot of gold. Yeah. Yeah, I suppose that's true. I mean, that is always the play, right? And Transvaal has a bunch of stuff. Yeah. I thought there was something they did in one of the fixes recently that made that less optimal. I mean, the other thing is, keep in mind now, too, if you take Zulu, now they're going to be in our country, part of our country. They're going to have zero acceptance in our country. And you're going to have like a national awakening with them. And they'll start to they'll have a minority rights movement, and then they'll start to have obstinance, which will cut into your money. So like right now, yeah, our Yugoslav national movement is okay. But when you start getting obstinance, you start losing things like tax collection. Have you ever researched Civilizing Mission? Yeah, I've gotten that one before. I don't think we're up to it yet. We still got some ways to go. Are we getting... Oh, look at that. We're getting tech spread on human rights, actually. Look at this. Okay. So we got to add something anyway. Let's do investment bank steel frame buildings. And then open hearth process, improve fertilizer. Zulu is a can of worms you don't need. Without Africa releasable mod, I don't even touch Africa unless I'm playing Liberia. Oh, interesting. I don't know the Africa releasable mod. Take a look at that one. That sounds pretty cool, though. Anything that adds content to Africa is cool with me. Search for socialism, civilizing mission, and corporatism. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, those are all really good. A defensive pact. I mean, I'll take it, but... So why do you mention those texts? Socialism, civilizing mission, and corporatism. What about those three? Yeah. No, no, no. The Dutch Socialist Revolt isn't in France. They're in the Netherlands because the Netherlands in this run controls Normandy and Picardy, somewhat for some reason. But the Dutch took these two states over. All right. So what is paper in the British market here? All right, it's evenly priced because we need more universities. Yeah, we'll do one in Serb, Montenegro. Normandy is France culturally. Oh, yeah, yeah. No, I mean, in like real life, yeah, Normandy is France. In the game here, though, um, oh yeah, is the defensive pact support you in the Independence War? I assume we are. That's true. That is a good question, actually. Would it? Is a good question. I assume it would. But I guess we are the we're the attacker on that. Yeah, how would that work actually? God, this game is so intricate. Sometimes I feel like with all of my hours in the game, I am sometimes like, wait, how does that work? There's too much to remember. Oh, all right, we're at the 2-hour mark here. We're going to take a quick 90-second break so that nobody has to watch ads while we're doing gameplay. So let's pay homage to the gods of ads. So 90 seconds, and we'll be right back. All right, and we're back, and we're back. Hey, Jacob. Hello, hello. How are you? Good to see you. Who'd have thought a game about economy, politics, and geopolitical diplomacy is complex? Yeah, I know, right? What the what? Oh, hold on. What are we doing here? Okay, so we promised the trade unions we'd pass poor laws. Yeah, 20% welfare payments. I probably should have said no to this. But I don't want to lose 10% state construction efficiency. Alright, we'll deal with it. Military statistics, so that's good. So let's add that in. Is the new DLC worth sale for the Seven Seas? I think so. I actually really love the new DLC. All the new content for Austria is a lot of fun. And so far the stuff too that they've added for Serbia is a lot of fun. Pretty much there's some of the content for Austria and Hungary is part of the free update, but pretty much everything else in the Balkans here is part of the paid DLC. So you know, it's pretty good. I definitely think it's worth it. You don't even have any welfare. Oh no, I'll pay 20% more of nothing. Yeah, but we could. Plus it opens up a new institution, which, you know, less bureaucracy. But we are doing it. With the new law. Oh yeah, that's true. You have the new labor associations here. I do want to move to right to associate. At some point. France, you're doing another war? Look at this. This war hasn't moved war score. This is just going to go on forever. Alright, good. So education is increased. Alright, so we're going up to 71. So we get these universities. How much more time do we have on? Yeah, don't care about that. 22 months. In the midst of the debate surrounding poor laws, one of the country's leading playwrights, strongly associated with the industrialists, has staged a widely acclaimed play whose politically laden theme makes no secret of the author's desire for the law to be passed. All right. Oh, good. Your coffee is finally wearing off. I'm glad to hear it. I feel that sucked. Yeah, good. Go get some sleep, my friend. Go get some sleep. We'll see you next time. The state's efforts to define the nation by a shared Serbian identity has spurred a feeling of alarm amongst its Bosniak population. Many Bosniak people fear that they will be forced to assimilate into the dominant culture. Yeah, we'll take that one. All right. So what is our plan of action here? We can't... There's a lot we can't do until we get independence. How much more time? So we do... Okay, here it is. 21 months. If... Okay, if we went after Croatia and we were able to take Croatia, then Great Britain would have to naval invade us. We could possibly just do an independence war on our own without calling in useless people again. So we could do that. This afternoon, Nikola Petrovich, leader of the industrialists, delivered a fiery speech advocating for the enactment of poor laws. Yeah, we'll take this. We'll take pop attraction there. So I don't really care about this poor laws law. Yeah, look at this. I own all of these things in the Indian states, and they're all doing so poorly. I wonder if we can take Wallachia. Ooh. Yeah, Russia would join in on that. I don't think we want to do that. I don't want to invite war with Russia. Alright, so... And we're not getting... You know, we don't have high migration... Yeah, migration attraction here. Wait, promote national values in Western Serbia. Oh, I think Great Britain enacted that on us. They must have, because I certainly didn't do that. Alright, so what I want to do... I want to get pops from other British places here. Whoa, look at Brazil's flag. What is their deal? Oh, they're a council republic. Ottomans play first, get Albania and their Serbs. That's not a bad idea, actually. See, I've been holding off on it because when you create the Balkans League, that's basically what that's all about, is getting those lands. But yeah, at this point, why hold off on it? Use Great Britain to get it. I probably should do that. The rise of the communist regime in Brazil has spurred a sense of terror and mistrust across Serb society. Many fear that Serbia will be the next default to communism. Whoa. I lose 3 by with pretty much everybody. Yeah, might as well use Great Britain while I can. I think you're right. I think we do that. Council Republic, landed voting, pick one. Ooh. I mean, I don't really care for landed voting, so I'd probably go for Council Republic. And look at all those peasants. Oh my god. Kosovo and Albania. Oh, they're a great power again, though. Oh, and we have a return state there. What about Albania? The conquer state. Oh, no, no, as in Brazil has both Council Republic and landed voting at once. Oh, huh. Oh, yeah, yeah, you're right. That is kind of weird, right? Oh, yeah. Huh. Yeah, that's kind of strange. So Council Republic, but increased political strength to the capitalists? Hmm. Is communism necessarily for you or desirable? I've had quite a few runs that went the way of communism. It kind of depends. Look at how massive this city is. I'm not opposed to it. Then again, I guess if everyone has land, oh yeah, then technically it's just universal suffrage. Very true, yeah. In communism, landed voting is for everyone. I meant now. Oh, you mean like in real life? Um, I wouldn't say it's not something I care for. No. I wouldn't say I fear it as much as some people in the US talk about it, but I'm not a fan because I think it centralizes too much power into too few people. What does that do for you? Does it help with independence for Great Britain? Um, it would make them not like us too much. Hamcut's not a comrade. He is not. He is not. I would say Hamcut's doesn't hate the comrades, but he doesn't hang out with them. In the game, not in real life. Okay. Communism is stateless, though. Yeah. Well, it depends on where and when you're talking about. This is true. It can be stateless, but it can also be a state. Ham is a New Yorker, not a comrade. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's true. What would it do for us? I don't know what it would do for... Oh, look at this. We can get ironclads. Why don't we do that? We'll need to switch. I mean, Mamdani might win. That means he must soon be collectivized. I'm very much for Mamdani, actually. I voted for him in the primary, and I'm gonna vote for him in the general. Wow, GOP propaganda reaches far. Yeah. Yeah, Mamdani is not a communist. I think the most balanced, effective government is one where labor has organized representation, but not the only party. Yeah, I would agree with that. I would definitely agree with that. I think labor definitely needs a strong representation. But yeah, I don't think anybody should be the only party, even the party I agree with. I think you need some type of opposition. I think part of the problems of what's happening in the United States right now is that we don't have opposition to what's happening, or at least competent opposition. No, communist by definition is a stateless, classless society. It's a state of society. Revolutions are like a boiling point where you prepare tea. They create quantitative and qualitative changes. Quantitative changes occurring as the pot boils, qualitative changes occurring when the pot reaches 100 degrees and the liquid transforms into gas. Wish we had unions in the US. Well, we do. I'm part of a union, part of a teachers union. I'm a college professor, so not like, the teachers union for like high schools and stuff, but the union for college professors. Well, Maximilian, in that sense, then, if it's stateless and all of that, if the revolution wins, what is the form of government then? All right, hold on. So our military shipyards. One of them we need to put on steel hulls. Yeah. Create ironclads. And now upgrade those. Yeah, that's what I mean. If the Dems dumped the idealism in favor of a labor-dominant platform, it would be a fast fix for most people's votes. Yeah, I mean, Democrats have a lot that they need to do differently, but yeah, that definitely I would agree with. So to make it simple, capitalism is an ice cube, let's say. Socialism is water in liquid form. And communism is gas form, steam. Steam will forever be gas. Communism will forever be stateless, classless. For some reason, even well-educated people in the US do not understand the definition of communism. No, this is true. I agree with you on that. So many people in the US don't know what communism is. But communism has been used as a form of government. So, regardless of the definition of it, it has been used as a form of government. Okay, I'll rephrase. Wish we had effective unions in the US. There you go, yeah. This is true. Effective unions. We've reached a point where I feel like some unions are like arguing against their own self-interest. But yeah, effective unions would be nice. And it's also true, actually, there are many places in the U.S. that don't allow unions. My first college professorship was at a school in Pennsylvania, and at the time, or probably still, they were like, we are a right-to-work state, and there were no unions. And they treated all the professors there like garbage, not just adjuncts, but the full-timers as well. Newspapers sympathetic to the interests of the industrialists have printed numerous stories about the revolutionary desires of communists in Serbia. The articles paint lurid pictures of strikes and planned terrorism. Yeah, we don't want to panic. Okay, we can afford to do that, so we will do that. Oh, so we have the Red Scare now, yeah, obviously. The emergence of a powerful communist regime in a foreign country has aroused fears among certain segments of the population that Serbia will be the next to fall to communism. Domestic political currents with left-wing agendas have fallen under the scrutiny of anti-communist forces, as they are accused of being harbingers of bloody revolution and agents of foreign powers. So this will fail if we either enact Council Republic or any civil war reaches 75%. Huh. The introduction of vessels with metal-skinned hulls represents nothing less than a revolution in naval warfare, near impervious to traditional types of shot. Admiral Pantelija Ajdanic assures us that Serb dominion of the seas will be absolute. Well, I love your enthusiasm, Mr. Admiral, but we're not going to dominate the seas, but we'll be a little better with it. But that's theory. In practice, it turns out totalitarian. Yeah, this is true. No communist powers have and still hold power. China, Laos, Cuba, Vietnam, and the DPRK, although they reject Marxism and communism now, but that doesn't mean we have reached communism. This is what you and many Americans do not understand. They are socialist states building towards communism. They are boiling water. Do you get what I mean? I mean, no, I get what... I agree with you. I think part of the problem in the United States is people talk about communism and socialism as if they're just the same thing, two interchangeable words, and they're not. But communism is like a form of government, and I think part of the problems that it's had in the past when people try to use it is that it centralizes too much power into a small group of people. I think that's why you've seen the emergence in the U.S. of some people who call themselves democratic socialists. The idea being we will employ socialist ideals, but in a democratic construct, so that power isn't centralized among a few, but democratized. Whether that would work or not, I don't know, but I think that's what they're trying to say. Hey, me too, as a college prof in a right to work state. Oh, wow, Glenn. Oh, fellow college professor. So you understand the struggle. Yeah, oh, that sucks in a right to work state. Yeah, it's rough there, right? I'm a theater professor, and I was trying to do a show on campus with my students, and I needed to get an older actor. And anybody who's still acting at an older age is in the actors union, and I couldn't hire an actor from the actors union because the college would just not allow me to work with anybody who was in a union. It was ridiculous. Though previously opposing the poor law, Pantelija Ranovich Rajanic has considered the industrialist political position and instead offers support. Yeah, we'll do that one. Seriously, would you teach now on how to reach communism? People would disagree. Anarchists to Marxists, there are also some viewpoints that advocate for doing nothing because revolution is inevitable. History. Oh, cool. Specifically, I am primarily a Byzantinist, but mostly teach Western medieval history. Oh, man, that is cool. Very cool. I can't be. I don't speak Russian. Russian. This is what I am trying to tell you. Communism cannot be totalitarian because communism is the end goal for Marxist anarchists. Others, it's a stateless, classless society. What does that mean, though, a stateless society, though? So, like, if there's no state, do you mean by no state meaning no central government? In the Anglophone world, Byzantinist is the preferred term. Byzantinologist is the Russian version for us. For anyone familiar with theology, communism for Marx is the theosis stage of Christians. To return into osmosis with divinity, as we are created body and image of God. Lots of Russians in Byzantine studies because of the whole Third Rome thing. Oh, yeah, yeah. But Americans think CPSU equals communist, USSR equals communism, Stalin equals scary, this communism equals totalitarianism. But then, so if you're saying, though, that the end goal of communism is a stateless society, what is the form of government? Is it anarchist then? Because there's no central government? Like how, I guess that's my question is how does that work exactly? All right, so we're building up universities here, which is what we need. For this, we want to get to at least 75 fervor. This time we're going to have much more fervor when we go to war with the British. Goran Milordovic, a particularly prominent figure within the armed forces, has issued scathing accusations of communist infiltration within the Serb press and government itself. Okay, we'll do that. Working towards building the, and, oh, wait, oh, hold on. Like, let's take the Soviet Union, for example. They never claimed they were communists. They couldn't be. It was a communist party in power in a socialist state. Okay, but again, like, communism and socialism are two different things. Socialism is an economic system. Communism is a... Oh, we have poor laws. There we go. I find it hilariously ironic that the end goal of communism is the same as capitalist, firing the government in favor of private decentralization. That's a good point, yeah. What was your thesis? Did you argue on religious persecution or expanded research on Gnosticism in the East Roman Empire? Was it theological based, geographical based? Might have been true if Lenin had lived longer or Trotsky had succeeded him. So when you say, though, the end goal, they're working towards the end goal of communism. Like, what is that end goal? Understand? Well, understand what, though? I'm asking you, what is the end? You're saying the end goal is communism, but I don't understand communism. What is the end goal then? Like, and you say if it's a stateless society, what are you saying that means? No centralized form of government. Like, how does that work then? Like, or is that what the end goal is, to abolish a centralized government? All right, part of what we're doing here also is we really do need to build up our reserves before we go to war again. How much more time until we can attack Croatia? 8 months, okay. See, I guess that first independence war, I probably should have gone after Croatia first. So that Great Britain would have had to naval invade us, we wouldn't have gotten as many casualties. And thus probably would not have lost as much war support. Following government hearings into the activities of the communist regime in Brazil, newspapers across Serbia have reported sensational stories about all adult women in Brazil being nationalized as common property. Yeah, this is fine. We'll take the loyalists. I argue that the Paulicians were not, in fact, duelists, but were a remnant of iconoclasm after the restoration of orthodoxy. It's based on the manuscript of Peter of Sicily. Alright, let's take a look at where we can employ here. So we have a little bit in eastern Serbia. You know, I could actually start looking at building abroad just to keep things going. So let's get a couple of those. Let's get some rubber plantations. Let's build... We can't build here, so we're going to build elsewhere. The Punjab Hills. Ooh, actually, okay, so... Yeah, where can we build in the places... Yeah, we can't build in... any of these places anymore. So it was a theological argument. Weren't the Paulicians a Gnostic sect who later became the Bogomilists? Yeah, I am out of my depth on that one. Nobody knows what communism is really because it never existed as a government. Yeah, at least not successfully. Oh, I replied to you. Oh, you... Where? Did you? I don't see it. I'm looking at your last message. So, working towards building the end goal, communism. So that's when I asked again, like, about the end goal. Why is it so hard for Americans to understand this? What is this? Yeah, I don't see a response to what I asked. Because my question was, if you say it's the end goal, well, what is that? And what is that end goal then? And if you're saying it's stateless, again, you used government. Communism has no government, and communism has existed. Prehistorical humans were communist societies. Okay. We had that for 100,000 years. No, but my question to you is, you said communism... I wrote that it was hidden. Was it hidden? Oh, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, so if you're saying it's not a form of government, but you're saying communism, the end goal of communism is that it's stateless, and classless. then what does that mean, though, to be stateless? Does that mean that there is no form of government? I'm not asking you that is communism the form of government. I'm saying for communism to their end goal to be stateless, that means there is no form of government, right? Okay, so we're paused here because I want to try to build somewhere that will help. Okay. Actually, tools are always a good thing to build somewhere. There we go. All right. Oh, see, your thing starts at 2. I feel like maybe did I miss number 1? So 2, until the only exchange between humans is an unmolested, moneyless exchange of goods and services. 3, under the principle from each according to his ability to each according to his need. So I see 2 and 3. I don't know, though. Like, the whole thing about 2, an exchange of humans is a moneyless exchange of goods and services. I don't agree with that. I've had this conversation with friends before. I had a friend one time who had this stance where they were like, we should try to implement the barter system again. I think a monetary system, a money system, is a way of arbitrarily equalizing goods and services. I mean, for instance, I'm type 1 diabetic. I need to get insulin. That's what I need to get. How do I exchange? What do I exchange for something like that without a system of money? Like, if it is a moneyless exchange of goods and services, like, see, the thing is, the person who makes my insulin probably doesn't need me to teach them theater. And so you can't have direct exchanges like that. And so a system of money makes it cyclical. I teach somebody else who needs it, and they do something else, and and it all comes back around. If it was a moneyless exchange of goods and services, how do I get my insulin? Is kind of the question I would have there. Read abolishing class and state. Oh, is that what's happening? It's censoring the idea of abolishing class and state. Huh. That's very strange. I thought we already had this agreement with Belgium. I'd say it's a lot more practical to pursue labor rights interests to defend the proletariat, knowing that there are limits to the capacity of people to function without leadership. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Even if you try to have people function without leadership, leadership will present itself. I think it's just a basic human trait to form a system of leadership, ultimately a system of government in some way. Even in the smallest groups, you have that establishment. I'm not a communist agitator. I'm not here to recruit people in my trade union. I just try to teach Americans the definitions of Marx. Are you on the ham cord? Oh, not yet. No, join the ham cord then. This is where... Oh, and look at that. Just as we say it, the Autobot put the Discord link up there. It was meant to be. That's fine. I just sense a threshold crossing in his writing from practical to fantasy. Yeah, because ultimately, there will be a form of governance, even in a stateless society. There will end up being some form of leadership and state, even if we don't define it as one. But then I'd have to figure out yet another form of technology. That Glenn, that is exactly what I said when our guy Jack came into my streams. It's like, you need a Discord, and I was like, oh, all right, I guess. Let me figure this out. Yeah, even tribes had chieftains. Exactly. You haven't read Marx then. Marx was a deeply materialist theorist. In fact, his magnum opus was an analysis of capitalism that is yet to be rivaled. Furthermore, his entire reasoning of look at this. Okay. So how is rubber for us in the British market here? Is it non-existent? No, we actually have a ton of it. So I want to up the tooling here so that we can possibly there we go. That's bringing them up there. But you're too old for this. So am I. So am I. And yet I have a Discord dedicated to me. A writing was to offer an alternative to existing socialist thought that was utopian. Marx inaugurated scientific socialism as a contradiction to pre-existing forms. That's why he chose to name his manifesto to the Communist Manifesto, to defer himself with other thinkers like Proudhon or, for example. We have secured funding for philosophy departments in all of our institutions of higher learning. The University of Dalmatia has chosen to focus this funding on advancing Hegelian dialectics. So do we want philosophical pragmatism or socialism? I think this would probably be more helpful for us right now. Now let's see what that has done. Look at that. Ah, man, why did we suddenly go down? We were almost there at the 75 threshold. Yeah, well, I wouldn't blame you if you cannot think of a stateless world. Even myself have struggled with this concept. But if you approach it level-headed and look back at humanity's history, you can kind of get an idea of how things would play out in the foreseeable future. But I feel like even like looking back at humanity's history, to me, is more proof that there is always a state of some kind, because we've all, even in the smallest of groups, we organize into leadership of some kind. It's kind of just human nature. I mean, even in the smallest ways, even like looking at my kids in a playground with other kids, they organize into things like that. So even in the most basic human forms of children, we have that. So I think it's a it's a cool like idea, but I think in practice human beings just don't function that way. I agree it's interesting, but I'm really here to learn how to better my playing Vicky 3 maybe next week. Also, I had a hard time with my committee. I got tired of arguing about it. Yeah. Yeah, academia will do that to you, right? Part of why I do this. The escape from academia. The ideas of the Radical People's Party have been raising interest throughout the country, leading to potential turmoil. Yeah, I think we want... Yeah, we want to lower this. Well, do we now, though? I don't mind having the trade unions in power. Well, they're pretty dominant right now, so I think equaling things out a little bit would be good. Today's speech from Sava Ojanic focuses on the right of assembly and the efforts of the Liberal Party to secure it. A crowd has flocked from all corners to hear it. Ah, here we go. Okay. Radical movement pop attraction. That would not be so bad to me. Oh, but yeah, I would actually like them to get more momentum, so we'll do that. I would also say that the hunter-gatherer argument may work for groups of 25, but not 25 million. Yeah. You're conflating hierarchy with state institutions. The state is the institution which holds the monopoly of power. It's inherently oppressive. Human hierarchies outside class relations are not. Interesting. Brazil wants to support our independence with no strings attached. What could go wrong? We'll take it. When invited to give a speech on behalf of the Conservative Party, Pantelija Rajonic began extolling the virtues of a strong home, strong borders, and strong men. The public reception was mixed. Yeah, the Conservative Party right now has quite the momentum. Ooh, look at this. Nikola Petrovich, leader of the ruling industrialists, has had enough of compromising with his coalition partners. He has demanded that either his collaborators follow his orders or industrialists will never approve of their changes. Yeah, I don't know about this guy. Alright, intends to travel across Serb Montenegro by train to campaign for the Radical People's Party. Yeah, we'll take the railway building throughput. Oddly, I do think there is a growing intersection between capitalists and communists in what we call globalism. End result is corporate decentralization with the goals that are outwardly egalitarian. No, that's just corporatism. Yes, and this is why we need to differ from primal communism. More of communitarianism to future industrial communist societies. Oh, interesting. I don't know Marx's work on Napoleon III. That's interesting. There's something I'm going to look up tomorrow. All right. So let's see here. Let's see here. All right. So we're building up reserves. That's good. Inspired by the prowess of French engineers and academics, the technically inclined industrialists have started to lobby in favor of closer ties with the French Republic. Yeah, we'll bring the French in again. Why not? So where are we on? All right, we don't have the truce anymore. Now we'll stop with the support separatists because we don't have the influence. Take a save. Because we might be going to war. So we can go after Croatia now. Ugh. Great Britain. All right. So that'll be a problem. All right, so what we will do for now... Oops. So we're going to... Are you kidding me? We can't improve relations. Is there a treaty we can get out of? Not really. Okay, who do we need to make happy? Oh, it would have... Oh, man, do we have marginalized... We have marginalized landowners now. All right, well, we can declare a rivalry with someone. Oh, no, they're a great power. We can't do that with them. Canada. All right, let's do it. Yeah, Great Britain is still screwing me. We can't go after Croatia. Damn it. Alright, we are backed a little bit into corners here. I wish, Germany, you would dislike Great Britain a little bit more. Or Russia. Like, come on, Russia. Ah, Russia will support our independence. Alright, our governments are different. Who do they have? The landowners. And of course, they are marginalized for us. Poop. Poop on that. Poop on that. Alright. Well, so who is supporting our independence? We have Scandinavia, Canada, France, and Belgium. I mean, that's not bad. Oh, Great Britain is trying to improve relations with us. Oh, that war with Great Britain and France is finally over. Man, I cannot believe. You know, they would also support us. But why is it negative 50 for us? Oh, I see. Because of the difference. All right. What can we build here? Oh. Somebody's building 3 munitions plants there? Great Britain is building us 3 levels of munitions plants? Are you... I hate to say it, but you know those bullets are going to be flying back at you in a little bit. Alright, the Radical People's Party. Alright. Before we reform the government, what do we want to change here? It might be time to go parliamentary republic. Or actually, no, total separation. This will help us, because if we look at our society... Yeah, we have almost 1.5 million Sunni Muslims. Alright, that is what we're going to go to next. Total separation. So the intelligentsia and the petite bourgeoisie. Alright, so we could do this. And we will do that. Alright. Well, my friends, I think we have reached our stopping point. We did some decent work today. We lost that war under dumb circumstances. That kind of annoyed me. We have bounced our treasury back, which is good. So we're gonna come back at Great Britain for another independence war in the next episode. Our truce with them is done. Oh, I forgot too, we have an obligation with the Netherlands. Actually, before we end it... Really? You you guys don't want to fight Great Britain? Oh, they love Great Britain. Alright. Well, we'll check on that one next time. Alright. I think that'll be it for tonight. But we come back next time a little bit stronger. Oh, we are so close to getting that 75 threshold. Well, we will get there next time. Ugh. Oh, Jabba, yeah, have a good night. Thanks for sticking around and watching. I hope you feel better, my friend. I hope you feel better. Whoa. Oh my God. I looked away from the convo for a little bit. How will God judge us? Oh man, you look away from chat for 2 seconds and we get to God. All right. So that'll be it for tonight. Let's see. The next time I'm on will be on Wednesday. So Wednesday morning we'll be continuing some more Victoria 3. Um, but yeah, other than that, thanks for hanging out tonight, guys, and having some good chats as is happening here. But unfortunately, it is time to say goodnight. But I will be on Wednesday. Hopefully, I'll see everybody then. But other than that, have a good rest of your night. And as always, be awesome. Have a good one, guys.